Yeah, so good evening, students. So, students, we are in the fifth session of this particular chapter. Okay, so we have just started sexual reproduction, student. Okay, so we went to the sexual reproduction flowering plant, but we just started the why we are going for sexual reproduction. Okay, we have learned the disadvantages of asexual and advantages of sexual. Like sexual main advantages is something like variation. Variation means genetic diversity. You see, you and me both are from the ultimately we are from the same particular lobe, definitely, but you and me are different. Why? Because variation, and that is the reason of genetic diversity. Okay, diversity. So there are some advantages for sexual reproduction. Okay, yeah. Before going deep into sexual reproduction, I have just asked you some of the doubts to know how much you know. So you see, most of them said right. So some of the students got confused and they got clarified. Will the zygote contain how many 92 or 46 chromosome in nucleus? So obviously that is 46 nucleus, 46 chromosome. Then I have said, you see, this is diploid. This is diploid shape. Okay, or you can say the pair of chromosome these are. So like that, in our body, as I said, in our body there are two types of cells. Okay, one is non-reproductive cells, something like skin cells, muscle cells, blood cells. They all will have 23 pairs. Like this 23 you have, and that 23 pairs is also known as diploid or 2n cells. All the names are same, but I should not get confused. Okay, whenever I am saying pairs, that is diploid also you can say, or you can say 2n cells also, all are same. Okay, but especially the sperm cell or ovum cell, which are the reproductive cells, they are like this. They are not in pairs, they are alone, and we call it as a haploid. They are only n. You see here 2n, here only n. Here it is diploid, here it is haploid. Whenever I use word haploid, whenever I use n cell, whenever I use this particular sperm cells or 23 chromosomes, this should be your yeah, Mega.
So you still haven't cleared my doubt if paramecium, like what type of binary fission it uses.
Binary fission paramecium, right? So I probably it's a longitudinal. It should be. Let me cross check it. Huh? Paramecium, you're asking, right?
Because I think it's transverse, but I heard people saying it's longitudinal.
Okay, let me check. Huh? Paramecium, you're asking. Okay, I'll note. I have noted it. Let me clear you down. I'll just bring it. Okay, so this is nothing but two types of cells. I said. Okay, so yeah, so okay. Yes, students. So let us go to a few of the questions and move to the new topic of the plan. Students, haploid means. Yes, right answer, Mega. Haploid means, is it the paired chromosome or the single set of unpaired chromosomes? Obviously, you all three are right. It's a single set of unpaired chromosomes. Okay. How many chromosomes do daughter cells have in comparison to parent cell in the type of division that happens in reproductive organs? Reproductive organs. So think and give a very good, Narendran. Mega right answer. Just now we have seen reproductive cells. Which type of yeah, no, Maya. Okay. So just now we have seen, student, reproductive cells are something like this, and there are 23, and obviously their parent cells are something like this. There are 23 pairs. Okay. So only reproductive cell is having 23, whereas its parent cells is also having something like 23 pairs. So it's a half of the parent cell should be around. Okay. Yeah, so please write a characteristics of gametes in complex organisms. Okay. So how does the gametes character? So so whenever I'm using gametes means they are reproductive cells or sex cells. All of them are same. Huh? Gametes, reproductive cells, sex cells, all are same. So I'm speaking about complex organisms like plants, humans, animals. Especially I'm taking the example of humans. Okay. Look, I'm taking the example of human students. Okay. So in male, definitely students, male, you all know, male has some sperm cells. How the characteristics of the sperm cells are? They are usually motile annual. You need to write only this extra thing for your understanding. Okay. So whenever he's asking the characteristics of gametes, you need to specify male gametes are usually motile. By the word only you can say motile. So they are very much movable. They move a lot and lot, student. Okay. And numerous in counting, there are many, something like 1 million, 3 million. That is the ratio we have. Okay. So in male, the characteristics of a sperm cell are movable and they are numerous. There are so many. Okay. Especially in humans, you see, in female, we have only one egg cell, but sperm cells are millions of sperm cells we have. It's with all of them same. Huh? It's not only with humans, animals also, plants also. The characteristic is same. The nomenclature may be different, but the characteristics are still same. Okay. In female, that particular you can also call ovum, ova, or egg cell. You can call it any name. They are non-motile. They don't move. Okay, they're fixed at one particular place, or they move. So very near region they move. Okay, yeah, produce singly. You see that singly means very less ratio, student. Like you see in plants we have seven. In humans we have only one egg cell. Okay, but with stored food, what does this stored food means? That one egg cell is having all the nutrients so that the zygote can be developed. Okay, only that one cell is having the entire environment so that it can give nutrients and necessary conditions that the zygote can be developed. Okay, so these are the characteristics for all the complex organisms, characteristics of gametes. Okay, yes, so let us see. Sperm cell. Yes, Narendran. Sperm and ovum cell. Are they haploid or diploid?
The haploid.
Very good. Okay, Mega. Zygote is haploid or diploid?
And diploid.
Sure.
It still has 23 pairs, right?
Okay. Yes, Rujita. Zygote, haploid or diploid? That means 23 chromosomes. Huh?
Diploid. It's
Diploid.
diploid.
Very good. Okay. Yes, right, Mega. Okay. So you see, student, it's not the something like maths. Sir, you see in this particular sperm cell, one nucleus is there. Not mathematical, yeah. And that particular ovum, one nucleus, they both mix, it get two nucleus. It's not maths over here. It still has one nucleus. Why? Because these particular sperm cells are 23, these particular ovum cells are 23. They both mix and again give one pair, which is nothing but diploid. Okay? Yeah, yeah, yeah. The number of chromosomes present in zygote, just now you all said. Acha, yeah. Again give the answer, student. Yes, Maya, right answer. Mega, wrong answer. Narendran, right answer. Maya, right answer. Come on, Rujita, Avdan. Number of chromosomes
Sir, I
present.
gave the answer again.
Give the answer. Okay. Rujita, right answer. Maya, right answer. Okay. Both 46 or 23 pairs, both are same. What is true for gametes? What is true for gametes, reproductive cells, sex cells? All the three are same. Narendran, think again. Maya. Wrong answer. Ruchita, very good. Right answer. Narendran, right answer. Mega, right answer. Come on, Maya, think again. They are diploid. Just now we have said gametes means egg cell, sperm cell. They are only 23 beta. They are haploid. They are only 23. So they can't be diploid. Mixing both of them is giving a zygote which is diploid. Okay. They form gonads. Gonads. What is gonads? It's a reproductive organs. Gametes will not form organs. Organs will form gametes. So now you say gametes are formed from gonads. Okay. Yes, my right answer. Okay. Gamete cells will not be forming organs. Organs will form this particular reproductive cells. Okay. So definitely C is the right answer, student. Okay. Like yeah, right answer. Which is not a gamete. Which is not a cell. I mean to say which is not is a sex cell. Mega Narendran, right answer. Come on, Maya. Achha, you gave? Okay, very good, Maya. Right answer. Come on, Rujita. Right answer. Okay. Ovary is a reproductive organ. Okay. Egg cell, ovum cell, they are mixing these two things. They both are same, but at one particular part we call it as egg cell, which will come to more clarity when I start reproduction in humans. Okay. Sperm cell, egg cell, ovum cell. Ovary is an organ. Okay, like in male, testis is an organ which produces sperm cell, and this testis is known as gonad. Ovary is known as gonads. Okay, yeah. So with that, let us start today's session. Actually, okay, that should have been completed in the previous session only. Okay, no problem. So let's go for not required this one. Yeah, one question, and then we'll start the new part. One or two questions. Then we'll start the sexual reproduction in plants today. Which of the following statement is correct for sexual reproduction? Narendran, right answer. Maya, right answer. Megha, right answer. Sexual reproduction, definitely. What should be the right answer? Rujita, Avdan. Yes, Rujita, right answer. Avdan, are you there, student?
Yes,
Avdan.
sir.
Okay, so you are hearing. Okay. Requires two parents, need gametes, causing genetic diversity due to the variation. All the above is the right answer. Which is not a gamete we have completed. Okay, yeah. So let us start the reproduction in the plant state. So students, this is what we have already seen this slide. Where did we see? In asexual reproduction, I said that if you cut this particular part and soil it at your home, again you will be seeing a new sapling will be growing from this part. And we read about that as vegetative part. So roots, leaves, stem, these all are the vegetative parts. Vegetative parts. They don't require some sexual reproduction. They come under asexual reproduction. Mitosis will happen. But that day we have left the discussion of this fellow. What is this? This is flower. Why did we leave? Because that is comes under reproductive shoot. That's the reason, student. Let us start our discussion back from the flower, which is nothing but the reproductive part of the tree, reproductive part of the plant. Okay. So as you know, flower, we are speaking under the sexual reproduction. Definitely, it should consist of two parents. And what should the two parents should be? Male and female. That means in this flower, there is something like male, there is something like female. Okay. But before knowing that, we need to know what are the parts called. What is the nomenclature for all of them? Then only we can learn that how is the reproduction is happening. Okay. With that, let us start to learn the parts of the flower. Okay. So again, I'm saying this chapter is full of MCQs and 2 mark students. Okay. So there are many MCQs in this chapter. Okay. So I have framed most of them, but still some are still left. Okay. Yeah. So let us go to the first part. So first part you can see here. What is this? Green color part is there. Okay, I'm starting from the down. Green color part. So it is a calyx. What is calyx? Whole. So whenever I'm using this word, you just understand it is circular or helical arrangement. That's all. This much only you need to understand. Arrangement. So it is a circular or helical arrangement of individual structure called sepals. You see here, student, whatever you see here, this is nothing but sepal, 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 sepal. Whatever you see, the green part is nothing but sepal. But is there only one sepal in it? No. The sepals are arranged in the circular form. That's the reason we call it as calyx. The names are typical to remember. Try to repeat it with me in your mind. Try to look at it many times. That is how you remember things. Not only for this, many of the things. So, like the toppers remember many things. Why? Because they are looking it for many times. Okay, they are reading it for many times. That is the only strategy because they are from within your class, within your CBSE students only. Okay, and you can be one of them. Okay. So whenever I'm saying calyx, it is nothing but this just sepals arranged in the circular form or helical form also you can say. Okay. Green leaves like structure. Okay. Now why sir, why they are arranged? What is the purpose of this? So first of all, students, they are to protect the bud in the bud stage. What is bud stage? Immature flower, something like this. You see, it's very small. This need to be protected from the outside environment, right? How can it be protected? With the help of the sepals. Okay, with the help of the sepals, this particular bud, or which we call it as an immature plant, can be protected. Okay, so this circular arrangement is nothing but calyx. Calyx. Okay, so if you want to write as a keyword, you can write this one. Collection of sepals is nothing but calyx. Collection of sepals. Sepals is nothing but calyx. Understood, Narendran?
Yes, sir.
Okay, with that we have finished this sepal part. Okay, now let us go to the next part. What is the next part? I'm able to see some colorful part. Let us start with this colorful part. Okay, so again, what is this colors? This colors is nothing but petals, the colorful part of the flower. Whatever, whenever we see a flower, the first thing that hits in our eyes is the color of the flower. And what is that color of flower? They are nothing but petals. Petals. But are there only one petal? No. There are many petals, and again they are arranged in the circular form. That is the reason we say it is a circular arrangement of the individual structures called petals. Okay, and in the flower, the petals form the largest part of the flower. Okay, so that particular arrangement we call it as corolla. Corolla. Okay, calyx, calyx, corolla. Okay. So why, sir? Why they are colorful? So obviously, students. So when we today in the session, when we go ahead, we want something to be attracted here. So when can we get attracted? When there is a beautiful color, when there is a good smell, then only the things get attracted, right? That's the reason all the flowers are having some colorful things so that they want to attract these pollinators, which I'll discuss it. So pollinators are something like birds, insects, which we'll discuss it later in the today's session. Okay, so if you want to take what is this particular cholera, you just need to write this keyword: collection of petals or circular arrangement of petals or whorl of petals is nothing but corolla. Okay, so we have finished two things. Again, I am repeating the name. You see, green color leaves, which are nothing but sepals. If they are arranged in circular pattern, we call it as calyx. Colorful things, which are nothing but petals. If they are arranged, we call it as corolla. Okay, calyx, corolla. In that, we have finished this part, we have finished this part. Let us go to the third part. What is the third part? This fellow, orange one. Orange one. What is it called? The orange one is called stamen. Stamen. But is there only one stamen? No. Again, I am able to see group of stamens. That is the reason we have two names. First of all, it is stamen, the third whorl, but it is again arranged in the group, or you can also call third whorl or third circular collection of stamen is nothing but androecium. Androecium. Words are difficult to remember. Try to repeat in your mind. Okay. So again, now the story comes. So still now I did not discuss. I said that flower is having male and female part. So the third whole is nothing but the male part. The stamen is the male part of the flower. Stamen is the male part of the flower. And the arrangement of stamen is nothing but androecium. Okay. So now the students, as it is male part, we need to discuss somewhat deeper. You see, I did not break these particular petals into pieces and discuss. But here male part is there, I need to break it to discuss further. What is that? Okay, so let me break over here. When you break this part, first of all, this stamen is having two parts. Anther, filament. Anther, filament. But sir, where are the sex cells? Where are the male reproductive cells in the flower? When you break this fellow, when you break this anther, inside we have some bags, pollen bags. In the bags, we have some pollen grains. Here is what the sex cells are. Here is what the pollen grains are known as: reproductive cells, gametes, sex cells in the flower, male sex cells. Okay, so when you break this anther, here inside the bags we have sex cells or pollen grains. Okay, so student, when you look at one dimensional, there are something like two lobes. So sometimes they are calling them as bilobe also, bilobe. But when you look from the top view, three-dimensional, it is something like a cone. Okay, and what is the purpose of this filament? No purpose, student. This filament is only to support this anther. Nothing more than that. Filament is only to support the anther. Understood, student? So what is stamen? The male part. Okay, something like the testis you can understand in the human's language. Okay, stamen. Okay, yeah. So student, pollen grains are not so heavy. They are very, very thin. And that too something like a dirt. They can easily be moved. Okay, they are so light, they can be easily be spread, first of all. Stamen consists of anther and filament. When you break this anther, here we have some sacs. In the sacs, we have pollen grains, and those pollen grains are very, very light. Okay, very, very light. In that way, we have finished three parts. What is this? Sepal, calyx, petals, corolla, stamen, nothing but androecium. The last part, what should it be? Yes, yes, Mega. What should be this part, beta?
So the female reproductive.
Very good. Okay. As this already we have discussed the male part, leftover is only this part. So definitely this should be the female part. Okay. And you can also call it as the fourth or last wall. Okay. So you see, student, I'm just showing this tip over here. Okay. So what is this tip? It is pistil. Pistil. This entire thing is known as pistil, student. Pistil. These are the again stamens. Okay, the middle one is nothing but pistil. What is this, student? It is a female reproductive part. Again, female reproductive part means you will have some female reproductive sex cells or female gametes you have. Now, why sir? There is only one. Why he's saying last whole? Whole is nothing but arrangement of pistils. I can only see one pistil. It is not like the student. When you cut open it, it is something like you see one, two skin, three skin, four skin. Again, there are many skins here when you open this. Okay, even though in this picture you are able to see only single thing, but when you just open one skin by skin, there are many, and they are again arranged circularly. That's the reason he's saying last whole. Okay, so the guy, what is gynoecium? It's a last, it's a fourth or whorl of pistil, you should say. Whorl of pistil. Definitely, it's a female gamete. Once it is a female gamete, then it is our responsibility to know more inside it. Why? Because there is a chapter of reproduction. Okay, that is the reason when you look at this pistil, you need to learn deep inside it. So, what are the parts of it? The topmost part, stigma, which is very sticky in nature. Always some juicy thing will be appearing there. Okay. Next part is style. Style. Okay. The down portion is nothing but ovary. The down portion is nothing but ovary. Okay. Just like anther was producing pollen grains, just now we have seen anther was producing pollen grains. So who will produce female reproductive cells? Obviously, ovary. Inside the ovary, there will be female gametes or egg cells also. You see, here you see we are calling same ovary and egg cell. Okay, like in human beings also we are calling same, right? In females. So here also we are calling the same name. Understood, students? So there are many things to remember. Stigma, style, ovary. In the ovary, we have ovule. In the ovary, we have ovule. This is what ovule. This is egg cell, I guess. Okay, let me go deeper after 2-3 slides. Till here only you understand this particular part. Okay, female gamete. Where is female gamete? Inside the ovary, there is a female gamete. Okay, egg cell, female gamete or egg cell. Okay, so you all understood, right? So we have seen stamen is a male reproductive organ of the flower. In the stamen, anther is having the particular pollen grains, which are sex male cells, male sex cells. Okay, again, pistil is nothing but this particular part. This is female reproductive organ of the plant or flower. It is having three parts, and the egg cell is in the ovary. Okay, with that we have completed the particular the parts of the plant, student. Okay, so if you want to remember in the particular any shortcut, I don't know any shortcut. Just now I felt that something this can help you. Calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Cacoangi. Cacoangi. That if you have any better things, so let me know. Cacoangi can help you. Calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Rujita, do you have any better things, student?
I'll think of it while studying.
Pardon?
I'll think of it while studying, sir.
Okay.
Now I'm not getting.
Acha, no. Megha, do you have anything? Cacoangi?
No, sir.
Oh, okay, so please remember this. Okay, let us go to the next question. Yeah, so read the question and try to give the answers now. We have finished the particular parts of the plant. Right answer, Megha, Maya, Narendran, Rujuta, Avdan. Right answer. Okay, flower. The first whole of the ideal flower consists of Ca, Co, and G. First, second, third, fourth. Narendran, right answer. Rujuta, wrong answer. Maya, right answer. Megha, which one, beta? Right answer. Yeah, so Rujuta, my question is not the first whole structure. First whole is nothing but calyx, but it consists of what? That is the question. It is made up of what? Yes, yes, Rujuta, right answer. Okay, sepals. Sepals is the right answer. Yeah, sepals is the
So
right.
for the whole order, it
No,
comes from outside to inside, right? Like sepal, flower, and then is it like that?
no, student. Inside to outside. First, second, third, fourth.
Okay, okay, sir, got it. Yeah.
Which of the following constitute a pistil? Yeah, again, he's asking pistil is made up of what? Okay, so what's the answer, student? Okay, so Mega gave right answer, Maya right answer, Narendran right answer, Rujuta right answer. Stigma, style, ovary, the three parts of the pistil. A flower has, easy question, how many whorls, how many arrangements of sepals, petals, stamen, pistils? So obviously the answer should be 4. Maya right, Rujuta right, Narendran right, Mega right, 4. Yes. In a flower, the parts that produce male and female gametes are respectively Maya right, Megha right, Narendran right, and Pujita is also right. Answer, pollen grains, ovary, egg cells. Okay, yeah. So with that, we have finished this particular parts of the plants, parts of the flowers. Okay. Now, student, even though I explained that you see every flower has male and female parts, but that is only half story. Okay. It is not like that every plant will have all these parts. You see, some of the flowers will have only pistil, some of the flowers will only have stamen. Okay. Some of the flowers will have only pistil, some of the flowers will only have stamen, and some of them will have both of them. Okay, that's the reason we need to classify which flower is what. Okay, so that classification is nothing but there are flowers which are bisexual complete. What does that mean? It has both male and female. That means it has stamen also, it has pistil also. Okay, stamen also, pistil also it has. Okay, and there are some flowers which are unisexual. That means they consist of only male or female parts. Okay, so it may be stamen or it may be a pistil, but not both. So both in the nature, two types of flowers exist. Okay. Now what is important here is examples are very, very important, student. Examples are very, very important. Okay. Yeah. So let us take examples. Okay. I'll show you some images. Okay. Yeah. Examples. Hibiscus. This one, student, which you already seen. Brinjal. Even though brinjal is there, definitely that should be originated from flower only, right? So brinjal flower is a bisexual. It has stamen also. It has pistil also. Chilies, definitely, it also comes under bisexual. Okay. Hibiscus, brinjal, chilies. Okay. Are there any other? Yes, there are many other things, but try to remember four or five. Yes, hibiscus, brinjal, chilies, rose plant, mustard. Okay. So definitely these all belongs to the bisexual flower, students. Uh, uh, yeah, I'll call you later. Can anybody say where did we see this particular thing in chemistry? Which chapter, which topic? Chemistry.
Sir, was it a part of checking whether the solution is acidic or basic?
Yes, Maya right, Nandan right, Rujuta right. Okay. What name did I take this particular flower? Another name I took there. I took hibiscus, but there is another name for this. Okay, so that's a what is the student? China rose. Okay, use the word China rose there. Natural indicator, yes, right answer, China rose. Hydrangea, no, I did not take that name, student. So I took China rose. Okay, yeah. So students, obviously unisexual also. Let us go for some of the example gods like ash god, bottle god. So many such things are there, right? Begonia. I don't know this all names, students. Even I searched it. Okay, so this might be one of the plant which you keep at your home. I think that is a plant. I just saw this in one of our friends' home. Begonia, sweet pea, yeah, mutter. Okay, these are unisexual. Unisexual grasses. This particular plant I know it because in Telangana we have a famous festival known as flower festival. We go and search for such type of grass flowers. Okay, Maya, what you call it Telugu? You know, is it not the Tangada Puvu? I think
That is yellow in color.
that is yellow in color. So what is this?
I don't know.
Even I don't know that. That's basically the girls and women's festival. So they play with flowers. Okay, yeah. So that is grass flowers, actual type of grass. Okay. Besides that, any other thing? Yeah. You see, maize, corn plant. Okay, papaya, cucumber. These all comes under unisexual flower. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so now students, so how they are moving? Now the question comes, sir, you said something like this fellow, first of all, you said that bisexual, there are some, what is that, pistil and there are some stamen. How the pollen grains are moving from here to here? The next question, next doubt should come, in unisexual flower, there are only one part, right? Then how the reproduction is happening? Okay, so that is nothing but we need to learn these three methods: pollination, fertilization, seed dispersal, and germination. Three steps we need to learn. Okay, so students, so am sure that we'll try to complete up to half of fertilization. Pollination will complete up to half of the fertilization will complete. Okay, this topic I think let us see in the next session. Okay, so let us start with pollination. Okay, let us start with pollination. The one thing what you all know is, yeah, you see, so the pollen grains are here. It need to move to the particular stigma, or you can say pistil part, okay, or the androecium, gynoecium also you can say. So somebody should be there here. Some carrier should be there. So that carrier, something like butterfly, birds, insects, those all will come. Okay. Yes, Mega. How will it move? It will intentionally take this here, or it will consume it and vomit over here. What? How does it do
Yeah,
that?
it can either stick onto the insects. If it's birds, it will consume.
So birds will consume insects. Narendra? Okay. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us see. Okay, so yeah, so student, first of all, what is pollination? It's a transfer of pollen grains, which are nothing but the male part of the flower is having pollen grains, nothing but anther, that need to be transferred to the stigma, which is nothing but a female part of the flower. That procedure
Actually,
is
sir,
nothing but,
it can't be consumed by anything, right?
yes, it can't be consumed. Okay, so the pollination is nothing but transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma, from male part to the female part. That procedure is nothing but pollination. Okay, now how does that pollination happen? We'll come to that point. Huh? But now the question comes: pollination is again subclassified. Okay, so how is it subclassified? As we have seen this, our main intention is that here there are some in the anther we have some pollen grains that need to be transferred to the female part. Okay, so student, before that, how to know how it is transferring, we need to find subclassify the pollination. Pollinations are two types: self pollination, cross pollination. Self pollination, cross pollination, two types are there, student. Okay, self pollination, cross pollination. What does the self pollination mean? So obviously pollination means transfer of pollen grains, but self means within the same flower. You see, there is a flower. This is a female part. This is the male part. Oh, Karthik is joining so late. Yeah. So Karthik, how are you, student?
Hi, sir. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I have started reproduction in flower, student. Okay. So you see, the center part is nothing but the female part, and this part is nothing but the male part. Male part. Male, female. Okay, so there are pollen grains which are nothing but the reproductive cells here. This need to be transferred. If they are transferring in the same flower, if they are transferring from here to here, we call it as self-pollination. Not only that, if at all they are transferring the same plant like this, you see, there is a one plant in from this one flower, again the flower in the same plant, if the particular pollen grains are transferred, both the scenario, we say it as a self-pollination. Megha, did you see this? Both the cases.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Same flower and same flower, other flower of the same plant. Same plant. It's called self-pollination. Okay. So self-pollination means मतलब बेटा same flower भी हो सकता है और other flower of same plant भी हो सकता है. Both are self-pollination. Okay. Then comes the story. Then what is cross-pollination, sir? Obviously, student, there are two plants. Okay, two plants. So suppose here there is a male, here there is a female part. So there might be some situation that this pollen grains, in spite of going to here, they might go also here also and fall on the other plant female part. You see, from the male of this flower, they are going to the female part of the other flower of other plant. They are not the same plant, they are other plant. Plant A, plant B. You see, but they should be same species. Same species is nothing but it should be plants, that's all. It should be plants. It can't be humans, right? It should be only plants. That is cross pollination. So something like you see, it may be hibiscus. Hibiscus is having bisexual. It is having both. It may be something like papaya, unisexual. Okay, so it can't be. So I have already taken the male part, right? So if I erase this, yeah, now you can see this papaya is having some only center female part. So it doesn't have any male part. Obviously, from the hibiscus, there might be some pollination may be happening. Okay. Yeah, you can look over here. So this picture we will see. From here to here, within the same flower, self-pollination. From here to here, different flower, but it belongs to the same plant. This is also self-pollination. But now you see flower to the other plant flower. This is cross-pollination. Okay. There are some questions where he will be asking by showing the images. Huh? By showing the images. So this is what the pollination. Okay. Yes, students. So give the answers now. Narendran, right answer. Maya, right answer. Rujita, right answer. Megha,
Sir, I
by
have a doubt.
huh?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Go ahead, beta.
Sir, so you said like papaya and other
Yeah, yeah.
plants.
One second, one second. The
Yeah.
same doubt arose me. Let me clarify it. Okay. Let me clarify. When I'm teaching you, even I feel that is it the same hibiscus to hibiscus and papaya to papaya, or hibiscus to papaya? Is it the doubt?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
had that question.
I'll
Yeah.
clarify it. I'll clarify. Okay, so bisexual flowers has four whorls. Yeah, Mega. Bisexual flowers is having four whorls, beta. You see, bisexual one, two, three, four. So
Yes, sir, that's what I yeah.
both the statements are correct. Unisexual flowers
Oh, sir,
consist
I
of.
accidentally gave B, M, and C.
Acha, okay. Unisexual flowers consist of either stamen or pistil. Which of the following is unisexual flower? Right answer. Narendran, Ruchuta, Maya. Right answer. Megha. Unisexual flower beta. Only either stamen or pistil. Okay, it's papaya. Very good, Karthik. Papaya, right answer. The first pole of the ideal flower. Ideal flower is nothing but bisexual. Megha, right answer. Acha, same question, right? Narendra, right answer. This question is repeated, huh? First word is nothing but cacoangy. Calyx is made up of sepals. Just now we have discussed it. Maya, right answer. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from. Yes, right answer. Rujita, Maya, Narendran, right answer. Pollen grains are from what? Which part to which part? Yeah, Karthik, come on, student. Anther is the male part. This is student. Yeah, this is the male part. This is the female part. Pollen grains should move from male to female. So anther to stigma is the right answer. Anther to stigma. Stigma is the top portion of the female part. Yeah, you see, this is anther. From here, that particular pollen grains should move to the center part, which is nothing but the top portion is nothing but stigma. Which type of pollination does the figure indicate? The figure may not be exact, so try to give the best answer. Narendran, right answer. Rujita, right answer. Maya, right answer. Come on, Megha. Right answer. Okay. Self-pollination. You see, from the same flower, the pollen grains are moving. Same flower. The transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of different plant of the same species. Yeah. Maya, right answer. Narendran, right answer. Rujita, right answer. Okay. Different plants of the same species, obviously. Cross-pollination. Cross-pollination is called dash pollination. Very good. Right answer, Megha. Narendran, right answer. Maya, right answer. Sujita, wrong answer. Okay. So, student, you just need to know the English meaning. Interplant means plant to plant. Okay. Intraplant means within plant. Now you give the answer, Rujita. Karthik. Cross pollination means.
Here.
Yes.
So this interplant, when sounded it, felt like the self-pollination.
No. Interplant means plant to plant. Intraplant means within plant self pollination.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Interplant means plant to plant. That is cross pollination.
Sir, we
Okay.
had this in like intercellular and intracellular, I think. Like,
Intercellular, yeah. Same word.
yeah, okay, okay.
Same words. Okay, so now the story comes how the pollen grains are moving from the male part to female part. Okay, so students, there are many ways that particular things move. Okay, so we can categorize into two factors. Two factors are responsible for their movements: abiotic, biotic. Okay, yes, Narendran, what is the meaning of abiotic?
The non-living.
Very good. Okay. So biology is nothing but study of living being. Biotic matlab living being like insects, birds, reptiles, mammals like that. They are living beings. Okay. Abiotic means non-living beings like wind, water. Okay. So let us start with abiotic students. So what is abiotic? First of all, so first of all, we are here. So from here to here, how they are moving. From here to here, how the pollen grains are moving. From here to here, in cross pollination, how they are moving. This is what we are going to learn. Okay, we said that abiotic means non-living, biotic means living. In abiotic, we are reading the wind. So you see, students, pollen grains are very small. Just now, as I said, that particular pollen grains are very, very thin. Obviously, what will happen, students? The wind may disperse them and fall on the same flowers particular female part also, or just beside flower also, or the wind may be of more speed, right? There might be the higher winds, higher range of winds. So from the one flower it may go to the other plant flower also. So all the three cases are possible. So that is the reason we say this wind is the carrier over here. Okay, as the pollen grains are taking help of wind and they are loving the wind, we are using the word anemophily. Anemophily. Okay. Where did we use this word phily? Where did you use the word phily in the chemistry? In anybody? In chemistry, where? Which chapter? Which topic did we use this word phily? Okay, Narendran, very good, Narendran. Soap. Soap is having two parts. Okay. Hydrophobic, hydrophilic. Hydrophilic means loving. You see here pollen grains love wind. Why? Because they are helping them to move to the female part. Okay, so that's the reason anemophilic. Anemo, I think anemo is a prefix for the air or wind, I guess. Philly means love. Okay, so the pollen grain movement is being affected by the wind. So that's the reason it is called anemophilic. Okay. Yeah, definitely some of the plants or something like submerged in water. So here there may be another reason that particular pollen grains can move and fall on the other flowers. Pollen grains can move and fall on the other flowers like this. So that is due to the stream of water. So you see sometimes the water will move. So something so that anther may break and some pollen grain may be dispersed into the other flower like this. They will tilt and move. Okay. That is also possible. Those are nothing but hydrophily. Hydro means water. Hydrophily. Whenever you see hydro means always water. Hydrology, hydroelectric projects. With the water, they're producing electricity. Something like that. Okay. Hydrophily. With the water, water is helping, loving or helping the movement of pollen grains. Okay. Yeah, so that way we have finished abiotic, air and water, anemophily and hydro. Okay. Now let us go to the biotic. Okay, this is where I think most of the students are aware what is going on. Okay. Yeah, as we see, many living organisms that transfer pollen grains are there. Suppose birds. Birds can carry pollen grains from one plant to the other plant of same species. Okay, what does that mean, student? You see, okay, this same species, I'll just confirm it, whether it is hibiscus to hibiscus or hibiscus to papaya. For me, I am assuming that it may be hibiscus to papaya also. Anyhow, I'll confirm it. As I always say, biology. So I need some time to go into more depth. Yeah. So first of all, student, this is wrong. They don't carry through mouth. Okay, so only when, so first of all, these birds love the color. So flowers are colorful, petals are colorful, they will come near the petals, and then they will feel something like good smell is coming from the flower. They will try to suck the nectar of that particular flower. While doing that procedure, all the feathers will be attached to the particular flower part. Obviously, student, that some of the anther pollen grains may break and get attached to this bird. Once this bird go and sits on the another particular flower after finishing the particular nectar, that again while moving again it may move its feathers, and from the feathers again the particular pollen grains will get dispersed. Right? So that is one way the birds are helping that particular pollen grains to move. Okay. Yeah, you see, student, study of birds is nothing but ornithology. That's the reason you see he is giving the word ornithophily. The birds are helping. The birds are helping. Phily means loving, helping. Okay. The birds are helping the movement of this pollen grain. So ornithophily. Ornithophily. Okay, so similarly, students, insects also suck the nectar. Some pollen grains get through their body and they shed to another parts of another plants. So this same thing happens with insects also. Okay, and entomophilus. I think the study of insects may be entomology. Entomology. I guess that's the reason they might have given this. Okay. Not only that, after those two, we can see the mammals like bats, their movement also will transfer. Reptiles, for small plants, this particular frog, snakes, all these reptiles movement also will transfer the pollen grains from one part to one flower to another flower. These all are known as pollinators. Pollinators. This one. So this is abiotic pollinator. This is biotic pollinator. Agents of pollination also you can call, pollinators also you can call them. Okay. Yeah, so student, even though I explained the scenarios for both cross pollination and self pollination, for self pollination they are not at all required. Self pollination means flower within the flower or the flower to flower of same plant. Okay, so very few biotic and few abiotic pollinators are required. They happens without their requirements also. Okay, because the anther, breaking of anther is first of all very light. The breakage is also can happen, and the movement of the dirt like things which are nothing but the pollen grains can also happen automatically, or with a little wind you can expect, students. Okay, so these all pollinators are not required for self pollination. They are especially required for the cross pollination. They are especially required for the cross pollination. Okay. Yeah, so can anybody say where did I show this particular slide in biology?
So control and coordination
Very good. So subtopic.
of the phytohormones.
Huh?
Phytohormones, right? Plant hormones.
Oh
Or
no,
was it
that
tropism? Tropism.
yeah, so you are right, but they are just before that hormone. Yes, tropism, right answer. Which is the mega right answer. Okay. So student, movement. So I have shown you this is the movement of plants, I guess. Okay, tropical movements of plants. Something the topic is. You see, student, there is a plant. You can see the holder of the plant, whatever you call it as. If you tilt also, the roots will again get moved towards the gravitation. We call it as a positive geotropism. Even though the stem might have gone in this way, but again the stem is going towards the sunlight, which we called as a phototropism. Okay, geotropism, phototropism. Positive, positive geotropism because moving towards the ground, positive, moving towards the sun, positive phototropism. But there I have already said one more thing, chemotropism, and I said that you may not get this topic over here. But in the next chapter, I'll discuss this topic clearly. I said that is what I'm discussing now. Chemotropism. Okay. So now you got to know all the parts of the flower. Our role is to move from here. This is already done by whom? By the pollinator. That may be abiotic, that may be biotic. Now, student, here is what the pollen grains are. Now, this pollen grains, will it be here? No, it should move up to the ovule, right? Or you can say egg cell. Now, who is responsible for? Up to here, pollinators are responsible. But from here, how will it go to the particular ovule? That is what the chemotrapism comes under. Chemical. Pollen tube form. Yes, right answer. Very good. Okay. So, student, that is what the story. You see, from the anther, pollen grain due to the wind or due to the sum of the biotic pollinator, it has reached up to here. Now, students, how can it reach up to here? In the ovule, the actual fertilization should happen. So, this male cell should reach up to the female cell, or the pollen grain should reach up to the egg cell. This particular part it should reach. How that will happen? So that is again chemotropism. The movement of the things, the movement of the things due to the chemical. So that means this particular ovule will spread some chemical, which is of the sweet smell. Obviously, what will happen? This female gamete is producing the sweet smell. This pollen grain, which is over here, it will try to make a duct and try to move inside slowly. It will try to make a duct and ultimately reach up to the egg cell. Okay. Now again, so who is responsible here? Who is responsible? It is pollen grain itself. I mean to say, if the pollen grain from this particular it has reached up to here. As I said, it is very sticky part. Stigma part, the upper portion is a very sticky part. It will be holded over here. Now it can't move. So it can't move this way, it can't move this way, but definitely a good smell is coming from here. So obviously it will make a duct-like thing and try to move in this. So that is nothing but chemotropism. Okay. So student, who is responsible to make the ovule or the egg cell or the ovary is not making any duct. This pollen grain itself is creating some gap and moving inside up to the egg cell. So it is a pollen tube is created by whom? It is by the pollen grain only. So never get confused, sir. It is created by this particular style ovule is taking help. No, it is only by the pollen grain. Okay, understood everybody? Any doubt till here? Shall we do some of the questions? Okay. Narendran, Rujuta, Maya, right answer. Come on. Mega, Karthik. Ah, Mega. Which type of pollination does not require pollinators? Which pollination, beta? Does cross pollination also does not require that birds and insects? Yeah. Okay, self pollination within flower or flower to flower of the same plant. Yeah, think can give this answer. Maya, right answer. Megha, right answer. Karthik, right answer. Very good, Karthik. Come on, Narendran, Pujita. Narendran, right answer. Come on, Pujita. Okay, so pollen tube. Let us see where is pollen tube. You see, this is pollen tube. So it is distance between, you see, stigma and especially pollen grain on the top portion. Stigma and up to where? Up to the ovule. Up to the ovule. So the answer should be pollen grain on the upper surface of the stigma and ovule. B is the right answer. B is the right answer. Okay. Yeah, you can see here. You see here, from here we call it as a pollen tube up to here. So stigma, pollen tube. Find the mismatch for the agents of pollination. Maya, Narendran, Megha, right answer. Come on, students, we have discussed this. Rudita, right answer. Birds, ornithology, ornithophily. Water, hydrology, hydrophily. Insects, entomology, enterophily. Wind, what is the wind? Animology. What is the name, student? And hold on. Even I don't remember. Animophily, animology, animophilus. Right answer. So definitely this is the wrong answer. Okay. I think this is malacophily, is something related to snakes. I guess. Malacophilia, pollination carried out by snails and slugs. Yeah. So snails will also carry some of the pollen grains, right? So that is nothing but malacophilia. Yeah. Okay. Now, students, we should know what is inside ovule. You see, our particular pollen grain is ready. It has reached up to the this particular ovule. But now we need to know what is inside ovule, right? After reaching here, what is happening? So before what is happening, that is fertilization. But before happening, what is inside ovule will come. Will let go. Okay. So first of all, you should know the clear picture. What figures are not. You see, this is what the pistil is. Okay, pistil is made up of whatever I said. I said stigma, style. Yeah, you see this portion, the black portion is nothing but ovary, student. Ovary. Okay, and inside ovary, what we have? We have ovule, the red color, ovule. Inside ovule, what we have? We have this blue color, embryo sac. Okay, okay, this one, huh? This one, embryo sac. In the embryo sac, what is there will come to know. Okay, but at least you should know what is what. Okay, so in the embryo sac, we will have all the cells first of all. So, okay, so most of the time he is calling ovule only. Okay, so in the ovule we have, but probably practically speaking, in the ovule we have embryo sac. What is sac, student? Something like a packet. So it needs to, so something should hold that newly originating organism, right? New seed, so something should hold it. So that's the reason there is sac over here. Okay. So ovary, in the ovary we have red color ovule. In the ovule we have blue color embryo sac. In the embryo sac we have all the cells. Okay. So this is what the classification is. Okay. So I'll use this. Okay. Now let us see what is inside this embryo sac, or most of the times we are calling what is inside this ovule. Okay. So students, in the ovule we have 7 cells and 8 nucleus. Okay, so it's again I'm writing it clearly. 7 cells, 8 nucleus. You should not get confused, sir. Each cell will have 1 nucleus. There is a printing mistake, not like that. We have 7 cells and 8 nucleus. Okay, so just like ovule has egg cells, just like pollen grains have male. Okay, this is what you already. Okay, now let us see, student. You see, I have opened this ovule. Why is saying 7 cells, 8 nucleus? Let us see. Okay, you should not remember all of this. You should only remember this word. Ovule contains 7 cells and nucleus. Only you should remember this part. Okay. You see, student, top portion is called chalazal end. Chalazal end, the top. How many cells are there? One, two, three. 3 cells. Means how many nucleus? 3 nucleus. You see the black color dot? I'll zoom it. 3 nucleus we have. Okay. The downward portion of that ovule is called micropylar end. Okay. How many cells we have? You see, one, two, three. 3 cells. How many nucleus? Each cell is having one black color dot. 3 nucleus. Now, what is the total? 3 plus 3, 6 cells. 3 plus 3, 6 nucleus. Till now, here it is everything clarified. Yes, but definitely, student, we have a center cell. You see, center cell. The center entire portion is known as cell. Here, entire cell is known as. We have a center cells in this cell. So we have one cell, one center cell. But please observe here, we have two polar nucleus, two nucleus. So again, how many cells? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cells. How many nucleus? 3. 3, 6, 7, 8 nucleus. Polar, by the name only, you should say, sir, polarity, something like plus, minus, something like ionic bond. We have seen polar bond, ionic bond, they both are same. Here also we have two nucleus, so there may be something like two different polarities exist. That may be two nucleus. So that's the reason, student. Ovule, we should say we have 7 cells and 8 nucleus. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, now who is responsible for what? We'll be learning. Okay, so there are 8 nucleus, central cell, more. Yeah, so please don't go for more information, which you'll be learning in your class level. Okay, this is what the maximum question that can be framed from this particular part: 7 cells and 8 nucleus. Okay, students. So yeah, so the total portion is nothing but seventh cell. Sometimes he is calling the central cell as seventh cell. Huh? Okay. Yeah, so let's do some little questions and stop the session. Embryo sac is located inside the. Yes, right answer, Maya. No, Rudita. My question was not in what is embryo. Inside embryo sac, what is there? That was not my question. Karthik, right answer. Megha, right answer. My question is inside embryo sac, what is there? Then you should have said the inside embryo sac, micropylar end, chalazal end, central cell, nucleus, all that. But my question is embryo sac is where? You can see the blue color embryo sac, the one which I have discussed, the blue color embryo sac is in the red color. And what is the red color? Red color is nothing but ovule. Okay, so the answer should be ovule. Okay, we'll stop it here. In the next session, we'll see how the fertilization happens. So now, till now, what did we learn, student? We have learned up to here. So we have learned that pollen grain has reached up to the ovum, ovule, and inside ovule, what is there? Those also we have learned. Now let us see the pollen grain is mixing with whom and whom. Which cells? We have 7 cells here. Okay, so which cell it is going getting mixed with, and how the fertilization is happening, those all we'll be learning in the next session. Okay, probably I'll take tomorrow's session. I don't know if I can make the slides further. I'll go for tomorrow's session, or else I'll just carry on that chemistry session. Okay, so 1 second, student, don't leave. Don't already left. Acha, no worry. Acha, Narendran already left. Okay, so 1 second, student. Okay, let me open my this WhatsApp. So students, so I have pinned in our group about the particular the way I am going to forward in this next 1.5 month or 1 hour, 1 month only, right? Let me share this. Yeah, so students, I have shared this. So in I don't know. So you, and I have discussed this in the session also. You see, 2 slides I have shared in the group in which I said this red zone is the typical topics where the deeper questions will be framed and they are for the higher mark. So my responsibility is to cover this red zone. I'll try to cover all the red zone chapters as many as possible. Okay, this green zone are the one which you can do by yourself. You will not get stuck, and they are the least weighted chapters. This yellow zone, you need to start them doing wherever you are facing issues. You need to ping me personally, where I'll be giving small videos or the PDFs of the solution. It's not only for this particular math, it is the same for the this particular science also. I said, okay, you see, students, so it is not possible for me to cover all of them in so deeply. I know where the deep questions are from these chapters. So if I'm going deeper, means I'll take some time. If I'm going taking some time for this, definitely the time is same for all of you, right? So we can't try to cover them, but still I'm able to see some students are facing the issue. If I complete them, definitely I'll move to the yellow zone, right? If the red zone I'm able to complete, I'll move to the yellow zone. Okay, so, but again, I'm saying, so you see, student, first of all, you are better than 85% of the students because you are learning in your school, you are learning in the tuition, you have given many exams in school, you have given exams in veteran tuition, and you see, you got the best schools, and I feel you got the best tutor, one of the best tutor. I can't say I am the best, one of the best tutor only you got. So first of all, you have the confidence. You are far better than the 85% of the students. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Now you need to keep the level and then you need to move forward. For that, little more working hard is required. Okay. So believe me, you are already in a better stage. You can be best if you try to do things by yourself also. Okay. I am there to help you in all the ways. You see, many of the students are also like Ponnappa, I see, like Rujuta, I see, they're asking me doubts. Okay, so they are take the help of internet, but still they are asking. Like Ponnappa, even though he is seeing the solutions in internet, he's asking because he wants to know the way we have learned. He wants to see the solution the way I have taught him. Okay, that's also fine. Okay, that is also absolutely fine. So wherever it is possible, I'm helping you. So try to be confident enough. Try to do the yellow zone, green zone. You will do. I'm 100% sure. Not only the students who are not going for tuitions also they can do. Yellow zone, you try to do it yourself because there is time limit, right? So everything can't be done. But still, I have promised something like 50%. I'll try to move above 50%. Okay. But again, the deeper questions will take some time. You see, electricity chapter, how much depth we have gone for. Because the questions will not be attempted by many students. The topic itself is difficult, and in that he is asking a deeper question. Okay. So believe me, you are at the best place, you are at the best stage. So try to do some of the things by yourself also, and let me know wherever you're stuck. I'll give the help from my side still. Okay. Yeah. Anything from your side, it's an always welcome. That's all from my side for today's session.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So
Thank
Meera,
you.
anything to say? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, sir.
Nothing. So Megha, you try to do yourself also, student. So as you see, suppose like 10 chapters are there. If you want to help you for the toughest topic, so definitely you need to take care of the easy chapters, right? Okay.
No,
And
sir, I
for
just wanted to be confident about how the bio portions will be over.
bio
That's
portion, yeah, bio portion
we
you
still
see.
have the heredity chapter left, right?
Okay, so you want mainly heredity.
Yeah, it's not about revision. Revision I can do myself. I just want that in-depth learning for all the chapters.
Okay. So so that's what student. So you see,
That's
when
why
I
for most of the times you said polls about what chapters to revise. I don't really like polling in those because I know revision I can do myself. I just want to know the studying part.
you see student, right now we are in the group session on the December 1st. I asked many students what do you want. Now December 1st is what the cutoff date. I expected I would complete up to November 20, but it took 15 days more. On the December 1st week I completed everything except the two chapters. Then some of the students said, sir, biology we can learn by ourselves, so please re-explain the things. So that's the reason even I felt that. So why we are running behind that 5 marks or 6 marks on that two chapters? Why not we concentrate on more marks coming chapter? So that's the reason I have started. If I would have not have started that revision, I would have completed the syllabus, I guess. Anyhow, so let me take, so till now I'm planning to take only one session of biology in this entire week. I'll try to take two sessions and I'll try to complete it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay,
Thank
so
you, sir.
thank you.